Hi, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Tech Thursday. I'm back with the Digital and Information Services team from the Port Moody Library. And today we'll be talking about a very interesting and useful product called Mango Languages. Now, before we get started with our demonstration of Mango Languages, I just want to invite everybody to type in any comments, questions they may have during the presentation right there in the comments box under this video. Whether you're watching live or if you're watching a recording of this, we would definitely love to hear from you and address all of your questions. If I'm not mistaken, you do need to be either liking or following the Port Moody Library's Facebook page in order for your comments to show up. So with that, let's get started. Now, Mango Languages is one of our favorite products that we have available at the library. All you need to access this product is an internet connection, including your computer or your mobile device like a smartphone or a tablet, and a library card number. Now, if you don't already have a Port Moody Library card number, you can go ahead and apply for one from the comfort of your own home on our website. Now with that, I'm going to just share my screen with you so you can see where you can access Mango Languages. And then we'll take a walkthrough of the product and you'll see just how easy it is to use. Okay, so right now you should all see the homepage of the Port Moody Library up on my screen. So to access Mango, we'll head under Borrow and to Learning and Research. If we scroll down a bit, we'll find Mango alphabetically. So as you can see, this particular product has over 70 languages of courses, and it is definitely geared toward beginners. It's great if one day, once we are able to travel more freely, you want to brush up on some phrases, for example, pleasantries, please and thank you, other useful phrases. If you happen to do business or interact with people with whom you'd like to share some phrases or be able to learn some phrases in their language, then this is also a fantastic tool. If you maybe learned a language a long time ago and you feel like you're getting a bit rusty, again, Mango Languages may just be the product for you. So once we do click on the Mango Languages link, I'll show you what the login process looks like. So you'll be sent over to this tab here, where you just need to enter that library card number of yours with the PIN, which is the last 4 digits of your phone number. Now, something I just realized, because I am in my screen sharing mode, if you have comments that you're typing in right now, I can't see them quite at the moment, but please do type them in, any comments or questions, and I will definitely be addressing those at the end of the presentation. So once we've entered our library card number as well as PIN into these fields, for privacy purposes, I won't be doing that live here today, but I've already done that prior to going live, and you get taken to this page here. Now we can see that we are in the Mango product. Also, you'll see that the Port Moody Public Library logo is prominently at the top. So this is what we definitely want to see. This means that we are accessing the library's subscription or service, and we'll be able to use this product free of charge. Now, if this is your first time using Mango, you can either use it as a guest to give it a try, but we recommend that everyone create a login before they proceed. And the reason for this is because the Mango, once you've logged in, it'll be able to track your progress for you. So there's no need for you to remember which unit or which chapter you had left off on. That information is all retained within Mango, and you can pick up very easily where you left off. Also, by using a login, you'll be able to access this application on your mobile phone or your tablet. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, once you've signed up for a Mango account, all you need is an email address and a password of your creation. Once you've signed up for an account, then you can log in using those credentials to this portal. Once you've done that, it will take you into the actual Mango product, which looks like this. Now, right now, we are in a lesson that says Anglais. This is actually English for French speakers. So it's recognized that I have been in this particular course. That's where we last left off. But I'd like to show you how we can find the language that you want to learn using Mango. All I have to do is to click on this button here with the arrow pointing backwards. So that takes me back. And it brings up a menu that includes a search bar. So if I know what language I want to learn, I can go ahead and type it in that box. If I want to browse and see if maybe a new language piques my interest, I can just go ahead and scroll down. A really great thing about Mango is that it includes different variants of languages or dialects, you may say. So for example, if we search for Arabic, you can see that there's Egyptian, Iraqi, Levantine, and what's called Modern Standard Arabic. So similarly, if we look at Chinese, then you can see that you can choose to study Cantonese or Mandarin. As I mentioned earlier about the Anglais course, which is English for French speakers, let's take a look at English. There's many different English courses for people who have different mother tongues or native languages. So if your first language is Arabic or Bengali or German or Italian, etc., when we head into one of these lessons, the lesson will be conducted in one of these languages. So you'll be able to learn English using your mother tongue, which if you're more comfortable with that, then that's great. It's another wonderful resource for you to use. So I'm just going to go back into that menu, and I think maybe today let's learn Spanish. That's a popular language amongst our staff to learn. And let's take a look here. I see there's Castilian and Latin American Spanish. So I will select Latin American Spanish. So all I have to do is click on it and then click Start Learning. And so just like that, it has brought us directly into the course. Now down the left side, we can see all of the different units that are available within this course of Spanish, Latin American Spanish. So here we have the main units. So that's usually sort of core learning and most commonly used words and phrases. And occasionally, depending on the language that is being taught, you may also see what's known as specialty units. So if you're, for example, conducting business in Spanish, or if you need to know medical terminology, or maybe if you're a librarian who's dealing with a Spanish-speaking population, then these specialty units, while they are somewhat niche, they may be something that is of interest and would be of use to you. So these are things that are in addition to what's in the main units. Now, in this main part of the screen here, we can see our chapters. So under main unit 1, which is introductions, we see that chapter 1 is called salutations and small talk. And each chapter is broken up into different lessons. The really fantastic thing about Mango Languages that we noticed while we were evaluating language learning products for the library is that you don't have to start at the very beginning. Mango doesn't force you to go through things that maybe you're not interested in, you feel are not relevant to you, or that you already know. For example, if I was curious about salutations and small talk and thought, well, I do know some phrases, but I'm not sure if I really need. We can go ahead and click on goals. And what goals does is it gives you an overview of what this particular chapter will cover. So conversationally, salutations and small talk includes how we express gratitude. So thank you, express how we're feeling today, how we say hello, and how we make small talk. It also touches on the grammar aspect of the language here, which if you are a bit of a more intermediate learner, this may be a particular interest for you. So we can go ahead and click on one of these lessons and take a look at what that interface looks like. All right, so at the start of every lesson, it will review what our goals are for this particular lesson. If at any point you do require a tutorial of how to navigate Mango, then this option is available for you. But we'll go ahead and start this lesson.
Here's the conversation we'll be studying in this chapter. Hola, ¿cómo está usted?
Buenos días. Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted?
Estoy bien también, gracias.
¡Qué día tan frío! Bueno, que tenga un buen día.
Igualmente, adiós.
Now, what's happening is that you're presented with a conversation that will be broken down over the course of this particular chapter. That went quite fast as an introduction, but if at any time you wish to repeat any of the phrases, all you need to do is click on the sound button.
Hola, ¿cómo está usted?
And so you can repeat phrases as many times as you like and break down phrases as well.
¡Qué día tan frío!
If you wish to repeat the entire conversation, you can click on this button at the very end here. But we'll go ahead and move on to the next page.
Now, let's learn hello. Ready?
Hola,
Let's hear it again.
hola.
Now, this particular page is very indicative of how Mango breaks down phrases and sentences. So they'll have the word or phrase in your native language, and then they'll have the word or phrase in the language that you have selected to learn. Now, you'll notice that when I hover my mouse over the Spanish word for hello, the cursor becomes a hand, which indicates that it's clickable. And also there's a phonetic pronunciation that you can read. So if we click on this word,
Hola.
then you hear a native speaker of that language pronouncing the word. And we can repeat this as many times as we wish. So Mango is definitely at your own pace.
Hola.
You can also repeat this particular lesson by clicking on the green sound button.
Hola.
If we click the replay button here, it'll replay the whole slide.
Now, let's learn hello. Ready?
Hola.
Let's hear it again.
Hola.
And this orange button with the microphone on it allows you to record your own voice as you're speaking the word or phrase And Mango will match it up against the native speaker. So you will need your microphone enabled either on your laptop or on your mobile device for this. So let's see how this works. We go ahead and start recording. Hola. Hola. So it looks like...
Hola.
It looks like I'm a bit slow on the draw here. I assure you that using this on my mobile device, I had more success because of the more integrated functionality of the microphone. But this gives you an idea of if you did happen to record your voice, it would show up in a sound wave over here, and then you could play the two together.
Hola.
If you wanted to play just the narrator's voice, you
Hola.
can click on that thread there. Okay, so I'm just going to X out of this.
Did you notice that although
Hola.
starts with the letter H, it is not pronounced? The letter H is always silent in Spanish.
So peppered throughout these lessons within Mango are great either grammar notes or contextual notes about when you would use these particular words and phrases when they're appropriate. So here, with this grammar note, it reminds us that we don't pronounce the H in hola. Now you notice that the word is in orange. And when we hover over it, the cursor becomes a hand, which again indicates that it is clickable. So we can definitely click on that.
Hola.
And just listen to the pronunciation of that word again without repeating the entire phrase. If this is something that is not of interest to you in terms of the grammatical notes or contextual notes, that's fine. You can go ahead and click right through them. Now, anytime we want to move ahead in the lesson, you'll notice there is this progress bar up here. So right now we are on slide 4, but we can get a quick preview of the rest of the lessons within this chapter, as well as notes, just by moving our mouse over this line. And then if we do wish to go ahead to slide 14, for example,
How do you say, good afternoon?
then we can just click ahead. And as you progress, you'll notice that there are different quizzes here. But very low pressure.
Buenas tardes.
This is at your own pace. So if you don't happen to know the answer, you can reveal it, and then they will pronounce it for you. So you can repeat as many times as you wish. Now, if I am done with this particular unit, chapter, and lesson, or if I want to go back, because I am on slide number 14, if I go back, I would go to slide number 13. If I want to get out of here completely and back to the Mango menu, all I have to do is click on the X. And so this takes me to the main page for Latin American Spanish. Now, if I thought, well, I think I'm okay for salutations and small talk, I would like to learn something else, then you can take a look at what's in the other chapters by clicking on the circle next to it. So by clicking the circle, it expands what's going on in the chapter. So we can see that there are 7 lessons in chapter 2. And when we click on the goals, then we'll see what this chapter actually covers. So it gives you a bit more detail on what they mean by languages and origins. Now, if I did want to perhaps start a different language, all I have to do is click on the logo up in the left. And you'll see here that we've been learning for 6 minutes and 2 seconds. And I have not yet completed any lessons. So it does help you keep track of your progress. I want to go back into that language, I can either click resume or go back to my main page here. However, if I did wish to start an additional language, I can go ahead and do that as well. Let's select Japanese. And so once the page for Japanese comes up, you'll see that it's structured very similarly throughout each language. So it's very easy to navigate. Once you get familiar with the interface, it's easy to proceed through the lessons for any language. And you'll see here, I've made a little bit more progress. You'll see the green slice of the pie is what I've done for all of the chapters as a whole. And then within chapter 1, I am about 2/3 of the way through. I'm just going to change my screen again, so bear with me, everybody, and we'll talk about what's going on with the mobile app. Okay, so if you have any questions, again, feel free to list them in the comments. If you're using the app as you go along and you do have any questions or feel stuck at some point, please don't hesitate to reach out either through Facebook or giving our information line a phone call or sending us an email. We'd be happy to help you out. Now, for the mobile app, I have already gone to the Apple App Store and downloaded the app because I have an iPhone. If you have an Android, you'll want to head to the Google Play Store and download Mango. So it's a free app. It's got the same M logo as we saw on the desktop version. Now, what we do recommend before you start up your app on your mobile device, so your tablet or your smartphone, we do recommend that you sign up for your account through the library's webpage on a computer, a desktop, or laptop if possible. It's a bit easier to navigate that way. So by creating your login on the library's portal, then the company recognizes that indeed you are a Port Moody Public Library user, that we have a valid license, and that you are entitled to access the full product because of that license. So once you've downloaded the app, once you've created your login, then you can go ahead, open up the app, and enter those sign-in credentials. So whatever you entered for the desktop version also works on the mobile version. And the super thing about that is if I happen to be looking at Mango and in the middle of my Spanish course on the desktop, and then I am going on a walk, for example, or I won't have access to my computer and I want to access the lessons on my mobile device, the two will sync up. Because you are logged in with the same login information, it will know where you left off. Now, just to give you a quick look at the mobile interface, now you'll see that the languages are all listed down the side here. So in a very similar format to what you do see in the desktop. So you can go ahead and either search at the very top in the search bar for the language that you're looking for, or you can scroll through and then tap on the one you wish to learn there. So if I go ahead and tap on Japanese, which we had just taken a look at on the desktop, now you can see here that my slice of the pie as to my progress for the Japanese lesson, it does show that I have finished that green slice of the pie. So the two have synced up. And when I tap on that actual lesson, or chapter rather, it lists the chapters available in this unit. And we see that in chapter 1, I'm about 2/3 of the way through. Now, when I tap on the particular chapter, you can see which lessons I have completed. So those are all fully in green. Now, right now, you'll see that all of the circles here have a little icon in the corner with a down arrow. So a little black circle with a white arrow pointing downwards in it. What that means is that if I wish to access these lessons offline, so on my walk or when I'm out of range of Wi-Fi, for example, and don't want to use my data, then I do recommend while you are connected to Wi-Fi to go ahead and tap on the lesson or lessons that you want to download. So I tapped on number 4. So now you can see instead of a black dot with an arrow, it's got a green dot with a check mark. So that means that we're good to go if I did want to access that particular lesson offline. Also, there's a handy download all link. So rather than tapping all of the little dots, you can go ahead, download all, and then all of those lessons on screen will be downloaded for you. Well, I think that's about it for today, folks. I wasn't kidding when I said that Mango Languages was very easy to use. The big thing about it is making sure you get signed up through the library's website so that you are able to access the product fully and free of charge. All right, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Like I said, we are here for you, so don't feel that if you missed the broadcast, for example, and you're watching this at a later date, then it's too late to ask anything. I also want to say hi to Kathy. Hi, thanks for joining us. So she says that she's going to be taking a look at this video, so it sounds like she's also interested in some language learning today. Well, that's it for this week. Now, if anybody has any suggestions for things that they feel would be useful in the tech world that you'd like to learn more about, please do let us know. We are all ears. But for now, that's it for this week's Tech Thursday. We will join you again next week, same time, same place. Oh, quick hi to Patricia before we go. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you again. Take care.